for drivers. It's a good night to stay off the roads and inside tonight. Good evening, I'm Roy Weisinger.
And I'm Lee Jordan. We have complete coverage for you tonight, beginning with News Channel 5's Alan DePietro. And he joins us live from Hopkins Airport, where we know it's extremely cold. Alan, looks nasty out there.
Oh, it's terribly nasty. I can't tell you.
Golly.
This, in case people don't know, this is a blizzard. We just came in from the airport here, from the passenger side, to check out with what is going on and what is not going on. Basically put some of the larger carriers here, those that fly the most flights in and out of Hopkins, are thinking seriously, inside the next half hour, an hour, of calling it a night. Simply because the airports around the country that are open, they can't get planes from stalled-in cities to move planes from those cities to the open places. So it's a confusing situation. There are intermittent arrivals and departures here at Hopkins, and at times you can see several hundred yards of fairly clear space, and then it closes in. So there have been delays and cancellations from all over the country, you know, Atlanta, Chicago, Boston, Buffalo, Dayton, Louisville, all over the place. So again, they're thinking about closing the airport entirely tonight, but that decision has not been made, and we'll get back to you more. But first, let's find out from Brad what's going on in the rest of the world.
Oh, Alan, I tell you, this is one of the worst storms I've experienced, and I've lived in many places throughout the country, and literally this is paralyzing most of northern Ohio as it continues to be buried with 8 to 14 inches of snow. You combine that with all the bad stuff that's happening, like the snowing and blowing and the blizzard-like conditions, and things are pretty nasty throughout the entire area. You can forget about driving. Even the snowplows are having a hard time getting through all this stuff today. Walking was really a challenge. In fact, we ran into one guy who was doing some shoveling outside, and heavens, I'm nearly getting knocked over by the wind here. And Vernon Mack of East Cleveland was attempting to keep up with the snow that was falling at the rate of 1 to 2 inches per hour, but he was having little success.
Oh, it's bad, real bad, you know. I really didn't want to come out here, you know, but I had to do this, had to get the yard, you know, the driveway and the stuff out here. So, but it's bad weather. I just got looking at the news.
Well, I was going to try and dig out my list of closings here, but pretty much everything is real nasty all around town. Many counties are calling it a snow emergency. They don't want anybody outside unless it's an absolute emergency. Snow parking bans obviously are in effect all throughout the area, and this stuff is going to continue for the next several hours. We're up about 10 feet here on top of our live truck right next to the Shoreway. Shoreway eastbound is absolutely tied up all the way down to 271. It's a messy situation, and it doesn't look like it's going to get better. Let's check out what's happening over on the west side with Bill Shield. Bill.
You know, Brad, how do we get these outdoor jobs on days like today?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. My hat over here on the side by my ear is not some sort of style. The wind is blowing so hard over here that literally to stay upright, this is how you have to stand. If you think it's bad where you are, take a look at what's going on the inner belt right now. If you're expecting someone from downtown, it's going to be a long while. It is a crawl out there. Sometimes the inner belt has been near gridlock. All of the traffic you are looking at now funnels to 71, 77, and 90. So again, if you're expecting someone home, it could be a long while. The reason, because all afternoon it has been getting worse. You can just take a look at even a traffic light, and you can see the blowing that's been going on this afternoon. It has been bad to drive. It has been bad to walk. It has been bad in any way to try to get around. Of course, there are people today who have to work. And so we talked to some of those people today about what it's like to have to work outside.
Nobody wants to trade with me today. Any other time they say, oh, I'd love to take your job, you know, because we wear our shorts, we're outside, it's nice, you know. But out here today, everybody's saying, oh, wouldn't want to be you today.
Any of the indoor job people want to trade jobs with you today?
No, this time of year it's the other way around. They want to stay in, let me stay out.
And if you are out here, this is a shot down Euclid Avenue. You can see it's slow on the main streets, but of course nothing like the crawl it is down on the inner belt. We'll give you one more look down there at the inner belt. That's about as fast as it has been moving so far in about the past hour. So again, if you're expecting someone, it's going to be a long time. I-480 and 71 had a major accident with 10 cars this afternoon. And in addition, the far southwest and west are in the worst conditions. Now, what can we expect in the future? Let's go to where it's warm and toasty, where Don Webster is standing by with a look ahead. Don?
Well, I hate to tell you this, Bill, but the National Weather Service has now extended that blizzard warning to 10 o'clock tonight. It was in effect until 7. It has now been extended until 10 o'clock tonight. And Cleveland isn't the only city being affected by this wintry blast. Much of the Northeast has been crippled by the snow and the cold. Runways at the Newark Airport in New Jersey have been shut down. Things have been no better at New York's Kennedy and LaGuardia airports. Even in Missouri, the St. Louis airport was reported closed at one point. Meanwhile, freezing rain in Columbus helped make all kinds of travel difficult there. And if you have to drive or fly anywhere, do check ahead because there are delays everywhere, treacherous driving conditions as well. It's a bad situation. So let's have a look at it now and find out exactly what's going on around the country and find out what we can expect now for the next 24 hours or so. And I'm sorry to say I do not have very good news because this is a very, very strong storm, and you can see that it is just moving directly over Ohio, and it's going to be bringing us more snow. With this blizzard warning extended now, we can expect 10 to 14 inches of snow, and it's going to be bad once again tomorrow, and snow is going to continue off and on for the next few days. There's really no end in sight. Look at this. Next-rad Doppler radar, you don't see it like this very often, and there's this big band that stretches from the southwest to the northeast. That's the heaviest snow area, and from Cleveland down through Mansfield and areas to the south and southwest, we're expecting 10 to 14 inches of snow before this whole thing ends. Okay, around the state we'll go now. Have a look at a few numbers. 25 in Cleveland, 25 in Mansfield, 29 in Columbus, Findlay 21, Toledo 26 degrees. Downstate, they're warming up a little bit to the mid-30s, but all in all, cold weather, and it's not going to be getting much better. Blizzard warning will remain in effect until at least 10 o'clock tonight. 10 to 14 inches of snow expected, up to 8-foot drips expected, and winds will be 20 to 35 miles an hour out of the northeast. So be prepared for bad driving conditions. If possible, just stay home tonight. Blizzard warning remains in effect, 10 to 14 inches of snow, winds out of the northeast, 20 to 35 with a low temperature of 20 degrees. The outlook now for tomorrow, snow showers, snow squalls, winds out of the north at 15 to 25, a high temperature of 22. So even though we probably won't have blizzard conditions tomorrow, we could still have some whiteouts when we have snow squalls. So give yourself lots of time in the morning. I imagine that we'll have a bad situation with rush hour traffic tomorrow, just as we are tonight. That's it for now. I'll be back again in about 20 minutes. Roy, back to you.
Wow. All right, Don, thank you. And of course, cancellations of all kinds are the big worry tonight. Here is an up-to-date list of tonight's closings. And of course, that's just a partial list. I'm sure we'll be updating that throughout the night.
And we'd like to have a few words with the people who are wishing for a white Christmas. Be sure to stay tuned to Live on 5 for all the weather updates. Coming up next, we'll have the very latest on road conditions from Metro traffic. And then at 5:30, the self-proclaimed king of all media was in town today, and what a day he picked. We'll show you the craziness that surrounded Howard Stern's visit.
At 5:55 tonight, he's speaking out. Art Modell breaks his silence about his controversial move of the Browns from Cleveland to Baltimore.
And at 6:10, the government shutdown temporarily puts the brakes on a local family's adoption plans. We'll explain what happened.
But coming up next, a warning for women about pregnancy and drinking too many cups of coffee.
Happy holidays, Grandma and Grandpa. I'm getting things ready for your visit. I even help with the shopping. We saw lots of great stuff at Target, like the hit comedy The Santa Claus from Walt Disney Home Video.
Does this look like a little weight to you?
Where Tim Allen turns into Santa Claus. Funny, yet heartwarming. And just $12.95. I'm looking forward to your visit more than Santa's. And not just because you might bring me a dollhouse.
Children of the world.
At IGA, you'll find a great selection of national brands and our own IGA brands, so you can make a smart choice based on values like Bilmar's signature brown skinless turkey breast, only $3.49 a pound. Bake a Christmas cake with Betty Crocker's super moist cake mix, just 75 cents. And 1 pound fresh like frozen vegetables, a big buy, only 69 cents. Plus, for extra savings, shop our hundreds of weekly Price Fighter specials.
I am not what I wear. I'm not a pair of pants or a shirt. I'm not in touch with my inner child. I don't read poetry, and I'm not politically correct. I'm just a guy, and I don't have time to think about what I wear because I've got a lot of important guy things to do. 100% cotton, wrinkle-free pants and shorts that don't require a lot of thought. Hager, stuff you can wear.
Just after Christmas, Mommy, Daddy, and me saw Mercury Villager like this on TV. Daddy said,
Whoa, look at that price.
Mommy thought safety.
Dual airbags, that's nice. And anti-lock brakes for controlled stops on ice.
A $269 deal comes once in our life.
If you like everything that you just heard, see your Mercury dealer before January 3rd. Imagine yourself in a Mercury now.
See your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
Happy holidays, Aunt Bev. We've all been wearing the festive sweaters you got us last year. At Target, we saw a chef-made 7-piece cook set with DuPont Silverstone Extra. The family tested nonstick for just $59.99. And a 7-piece nonstick chef-made set with DuPont Silverstone, only $29.99. I think it'll just be easier for you if this year you got me, say, a new red sled instead of a sweater.
Children of the world. America's Day. Wheel of Fortune. America's Day.
Tonight at 7 on News Channel 5.
Watch Ohio Lottery's winning numbers drawn live.
Right here weeknights at 7:29.
And if you are waiting and worried for someone to make the trip home tonight, Metro Traffic's Patty Harkin joins us now with an update on the roads. Patty?
Well, as you guys have been showing all day, it is just a mess out there. I'll highlight some of the problems. Accident 480 westbound near West 150th, stalled vehicle 40 eastbound past Stearns. Also, the 480 westbound exit ramp to Great Northern Boulevard southbound is closed. Also, we have the Broadway entrance to 480 east and west closed. And from the Mansfield Highway Patrol, 71 is closed. That is south of us, way south of us in Ashland County. That is once again from the Mansfield Highway Patrol, a state of emergency down there. Live from Metro Traffic Control, I'm Patty Harkin, News Channel 5. Good afternoon, Cleveland.
Thanks, Patty. Roy?
We'll have more on the weather a little later, but first, tonight, a little girl who saw her mother get murdered is enjoying some Christmas cheer thanks to the Cleveland police. They hooked up with Santa Claus, and when they visited the little girl, News Channel 5's Ed Gallick was there too. Ed?
Well, Roy, little Selena Casper still cries out for her mommy, and she still talks about seeing her mother get shot. Last week, 2 men took $100 from Robin Casper at an ATM and killed her in front of her 4-year-old. Well, today, some police officers tried to ease that child's pain while they wiped tears from their own eyes.
I'm not Santa, but he's with me.
This kind of surprise will make any kid smile, even one who saw her mother killed a week ago and saw her buried 24 hours ago.
Oh, look how beautiful.
Nice. Look at that beautiful smile with the police chief and Santa saying Merry Christmas.
For at least a couple of days.
Cinderella. Oh,
Santa's sack includes a video, a bike, dolls, and much more.
What did you ask him for?
Everything.
Everything? Like, what's your favorite thing you wanted? Do you know?
Everything.
I'm overwhelmed by the sports, what everybody's done.
Selena's father is as happy as she is. The police donate gifts to thousands of kids in tough situations every year. But here, the commander in charge of the program had tears in his eyes.
Unfortunately, this is such a tragic thing that it takes away the joy. But still, it needs to be done because the little girl is suffering.
Selena's been saying some unusual things that are disturbing right now, but I hope she has some counseling.
No question, this counseling will help.
And we're all praying for you, okay?